Yo, a mic check, a mic check, and we back at it again with another YouTube video. Episode 4 of Yu Yu Hakusho. And this episode starts with Yusuke and Botan discussing the ordeal with the egg. You know what I'm saying? Yusuke is tossing the egg up and down like, man, how could something so small have so much power? You know what I mean? This shit, my whole fate's in this little ass egg. He's throwing the egg up and shit. And Botan is like, hey, you know what I mean? Stop playing with that egg. That shit is your future type shit. And then kind of they break down their dynamic. You know what I mean? He was talking about well, I put in the notes. I was like, Yusuke and Botan's dynamic works because of their optimistic versus their pessimistic views, right? So like Yusuke is this goddamn Yusuke is super pessimistic dude, you know what I mean? He kinda always sees the bad and everything, always feels like everything's gonna go bad and shit. And Botan is a bingo, you know what I mean? She's like uplifting and she's happy to a fault, happy go lucky and shit. So they always at ends, you know. But Yusuke talks a little shit about Goenma. He's like, man, this fucking toddler bitch. That nigga, yo, he called him a toddler bitch later on in the series. I damn when he said that shit. But he was like, yo, fuck Goenma, man. Like, I don't know this little baby gonna even help me back to life and shit. And the whole time I was like, hey man, whoa, you gotta chill out. Goenma might hear you. You know what I'm saying? He's Santa Claus. You know when you've been naughty, you know when you've been good, but you know what I'm saying? He's like, Goenma might hear your ass, so you don't want to do that shit. And he always sends investigators, you know what I'm saying? And Yusuke was like, investigators? The fuck is the investigator? Then this big ass blue light flashes down there from the heavens and shit. From the heavens, no Montez. And the investigator appears in the form of a young girl named Sayaka. And Sayaka's wearing like this green garb, you know what I mean? Green hair, green eyes. It's kind of cool. I like how Yu Yu Hakusho does that with both times with the pink clothes. She got blue eyes, blue hair, with pink eyes, blue hair. Just what they say. Um, so Yusuke was like, all right, Sayaka, so what the hell are you here to investigate, Sayaka? And she ignores his little sassy ass. She's like, nigga, whatever. And then she goes up to Keiko, and I'm not Keiko, she goes up to Botan and asks, who is Yusuke's girlfriend? Like, which one is his girlfriend? Yusuke's like, girlfriend? Man, nigga Keiko, nigga, fuck are you talking about? So they speak on Keiko's good nature, right? And they're talking about how, like, she's just a good girl, she's a sweetheart type shit. And how the fuck she ended up with a person like Yusuke? And Sayaka was wondering, she was wondering if the people close to him even want him back. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, that's what I'm here for, to see if people even want you here. And Yusuke is like, hey man, I didn't ask for this shit, so don't guilt trip me. I told that nigga I was ready to die, but don't guilt trip my ass on no fucking don't guilt trip me on goddamn, you know what I mean, on this ordeal shit. I never asked for this ordeal. So yeah, and he kind of confuses Keiko's caring about him as incessant nagging. He's like, damn, like she always, you can't do this, you can't, you know what I mean, on his ass. But Botan, she's like, no, like nigga, you know she cares about you. That's the only reason why she does that shit. And then Botan kind of cued in. She was like, man, see, I learned that Yusuke hides his feelings behind back talk. You know what I mean? Like his whole feelings is based behind a wall of bullshit. So you gotta peel away his bullshit to get to who Yusuke really is. Pretty dope. Um, so basically, so from this point, so I was like, I'm gonna watch her further, learn more. Right. So she's watching a Keiko collage, which sounds crazy. Keiko collage to clarify her relationship with Urameshi. So they go through this little montage, right? First it's Keiko, she's reading perfectly. Another perfect reading, Keiko. Stupid ass. She reads perfectly. She plays a little volleyball. She plays sports perfect. She helps her friends, but she doesn't baby them because like one friend was like, "Hey, can I copy your homework, Keiko?" And she's like, "No, you can't." Another friend was like, "Hey, Keiko, can you help me with this question?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got you. Let's talk about it." But she'll help you through your work, but she won't do this shit for you. And then she's solid here. And then a young man, you know what I mean, handsome young man, young shonen, tried to hop down on her, you know what I'm saying? And they was hyped. They was like, oh shit, we're gonna see if she really fucked with this nigga Yusuke now, right? And then Yusuke sitting there like, you know what I mean? He didn't want to see that shit. So she curves him, you know what I mean? But he's like, hey Keiko, I love listening to you read. I was sad when you stopped. This nigga's this scumbag loser. And he was like, it wasn't about the book because I thought it was lame. I thought, what he said? He said, I fell in love with your voice. Yeah, yeah, nigga, whatever. Keiko's like, he's like, so I was wondering maybe if I could take you out sometime. And she's like, nah. He's like, don't tell me I'm too late. Is there someone else? She's like, mm-hmm. Runs off. And then Yusuke's like, oh, yeah. Then that nigga goes, yeah. Oh, that nigga tweaked out. But he's like, man, I miss my Keiko, nigga. Oh my god, boy, that shit too funny. So Botan teases you scared by his love life. LOL, you know what I mean? Basically was like, nigga, you know you love that girl, bro. I think I love her. But you don't love me. Keiko, you don't love me. Yusuke, you don't love me. I think I love her. And then yeah, so da da da. Keiko goes to see Yusuke, and his whole pad is dirty. It's even dirt on his face. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Yo, you can't walk 2 steps without stepping on an open bag or some dirty or broken glass or some shit." Like, and then Botan was like, "Keiko's been there frequently to see him, yada yada." Then she starts cleaning, you know, real solid shit. Real, not many girls gonna come in, you knocked out. She gonna clean up your house and shit. Not really happening. So she went clean that shit up, you know what I mean? And then she was just staring at Buddy. She was cleaning his face off. She was clearly enamored. She was enamored. She was enamored, you know what I mean? Yeah, I was like, I put in, I love their love, man. I won't lie. I won't lie, man. There's not many loves like that. You scan cake of it. Um, so she went for a handshake, got a hug. She went in for a kiss, you know what I'm saying? And Yusuke's getting nervous. He said, like, Keiko, what are you doing? He started tweaking. Sako was like, hey, shush, nigga. Botan was like, yo, she can't hear neither of y'all. Y'all bugging. So, da da da. She got nervous. Then a neighborhood watch warning saved the day. You know what I mean? Yusuke was like, thank you, neighborhood watch committee, nigga. You know you wanted that kiss, nigga. Stop playing. So they saved the day or whatever. She leaves. She's like, oh, I gotta go get she's like, oh, get over yourself, Keiko. She got up. She got to run out the crib. Went to go do some shit. Um, yeah, but once she leaves, right, a scumbag loser set Yusuke a whole house on fire, nigga. He had a Molotov cocktail, but what the fuck? This nigga lit up a Molotov cocktail and threw it in the Yusuke house. Yusuke's like, what? My mom can't even lock the windows? They're like, this ain't the time for that. Like, it's like the time to go in there, your mama, nigga. So he goes in there, he tries to possess himself. One of my favorite all time favorite Yu Yu Hakusho lines. He's punching his spirit punching his knocked out body, and he's like, "Wake up, stupid! You wanna die?" Like I say that shit all the time, out of context. Nobody knows what I'm talking about, but that's one of my favorite lines. So he punching that nigga, but he's not doing nothing. He's like, "Yo, can I possess myself?" Both times like, "No, it doesn't work like that. You can only be revived through the egg." So he's like, "Fuck, all right." So Botan is like, okay, I'm gonna go get Kuwabara. I'm sure I can still reach him. And he's like, yo, he might be on the other side of town. She's like, fuck it, I'm gonna try anyway. But she flies off, and it flashes back to Keiko. Keiko hears about the fire on Fourth Avenue, and she's like, wait, that's where Yusuke lives. So she turns around, start running back, trucking. She a real goon, man. Runs to her man, real woman. And then Kuwabara is beating the shit out of Plushy Meshy. his little plushie Urameshi, his little goddamn Yusuke fucking punching bag, beating the shit out of the punching bag. And then Botan reaches him and got him to help. She like, yo, cool bar, I need your help. You're not listening. She's like, listen to me. Shoom, swipes through him. He gets all cold. They go, the tingle, the tingle. Then he gets his ass up. He goes running towards the fire and shit. So Keiko is a real woman, bro. Go back to Keiko. Flashes back to her. She's running through the crowd. They trying to stop her from going into the fire. She's like, yo, there's somebody in there. They're like, no, you can't go in there. She's like, yo, get off me, you cowards. Fuck off me. So she goes to this man who has a bucket of water. He's been throwing this bucket through the window, right? She takes the bucket, douses herself in the water, and then opens the door up like fearless, like, fuck it, I'm going in again. I'm going in. And she goes in that bit. Um, so she goes in there. She makes it in there, but she quickly get kind of trapped. Like the fire kind of, like I think like a little part of the ceiling falls down and like traps her in there. And Sayaka's like, she says something about like, oh man, well, I mean, Keiko can probably pass away and you may still come back. He's like, what? He's like, this shit ain't even worth living if Keiko dies. And then she looked at him like she couldn't believe because they keep thinking Yusuke's a scumbag. So she was dumbfounded when that happened. And then Sayaka, because he's like, yo, is there any way I can save her? Like, what can I do? Botan's like, no, I think it's out of our power. So Sayaka tells Yusuke to throw his spirit beast into the fire to save Keiko. You know what I mean? But if Yusuke does do this, he won't be able to return with that spirit beast. Like, he won't be revived at all. So he's like, we gotta basically save her, but you have to die. And he's like, damn, you know, it was a good life, you know, fuck it. And then he throws that shit right in there. Wow, saves this girl. The egg creates this really cool energy tunnel. I remember it made like a dragon first, like right, it turns into this cool blue dragon. Yeah, yeah, like Miss Bird. And then the tunnel, it creates this blue energy tunnel, right? And she's like carrying Yusuke's body, trying to get him out of that bit. And Kuwabara, like he made it there at some point during the what's in it. Yeah, the blue energy tunnel happens. Kuwabara's outside, like, what? Who's in there? Keiko, you're a Meshi's girl, so he couldn't believe that shit. So, soon as about the time that blue energy tunnel hits, Kuwabara opens the door up and helps them like get out of the building. When they make it out, the shit collapses, turn right back into the red fire. The building proceeds to burn and shit like that. Um, they make it out, and Kuwabara freaks when he sees a presumed dead Yusuke. And he's like, yo, what the fuck? Are you a grave digger now, Keiko? Like, what are you talking about? And he's like, well, we ain't gonna get you arrested. So he grabs her by the hand and they run off together. And they make sure, you know what I mean? Yusuke, man, like, hey, don't be holding her hand, motherfucker. She ain't like that. He's ready to pipe up. And then, goddamn, he's ready to pipe up. And then Botan told him, hey, you know, you might not ever come back. So you can't hold Keiko back from living her life because she's not gonna be able to be with you long term. And it starts to set in like it's you know what I mean, oh man, I can't come back. And Botan said you can't roam freely anymore, I'm gonna have to take you with me. So at the end of the episode, Keiko, Kuwabara, and Yusuke's mom all gather around and Yusuke shows actual grief and sadness for like the first time. Like he's like, man, figures, just when it's getting good type shit. Like he was mad as hell. And Koenma blesses his little stupid ass for being a good guy, for being a good man. He's like, yo, you continue to surprise me. I thought you was a scumbag loser. You're not. So he's like, I'm gonna give you a life back there, shit. And then he said that the spirit beast would have eaten him alive if he would have let it come out. So he kind of saved his own life. Like he's like, yeah, that spirit beast would have ate your stupid ass up. So yeah, that's Yu Yu Hakusho, episode 4. Tap back in. I'll see you next time. Here go the outro.
I can't see myself being with anybody but you. Yiddy! Yeah, let's go. Married to the game, I propose on one knee. Music and peace is all that we need. Massive ceremonies and pleasantries. Indeed, I needed Georgia peach for the week. Married to the game, said I do. Married to the music, love you. Married to the game, said I gotta get this money now. Used to let the bullshit affect my movements, but grooving is way better than confusing the legit for illusions. Now I'm proving to myself I confuse this law schooling with the music. I'm choosing to love myself.